Hello students, this is your course on digital marketing basics. In this video, we are going to discuss digital marketing channels, how digital marketing channels are selected. Let's begin by first understanding what are the different digital marketing channels that are of utmost relevance and importance for a company, as well as have the maximum reach and maximum impact for the customers. So the first and foremost is definitely search engine, which includes search engine optimization or organic search and search engine marketing or paid search. Then you have social media, which is a very dominant, very impactful channel that helps companies create a brand image and build a community of customers with whom they stay connected, roll out their products, and communicate value in a two-way dialogue fashion. Then you have email marketing, which is a very powerful channel for staying in touch with the existing customers, keeping them engaged and keeping them loyal as well as attached or aware about the company, what exactly is going on and what new things are out there. This is a channel that often results in upselling and cross selling for a particular company and is actually quite inexpensive. Then you have retargeting, which is intelligent use of the data analytics and insights provided by a server to digital marketers and understanding who are the customers who are interested in the particular niche, particular topic that the company falls under, and then targeting the entire digital communication to these particular customers for having the best possible conversion ratio. And then you have affiliate marketing, wherein companies rely on influencers and affiliates who talk about the product, create a positive word of mouth, and create a positive influence in the market about the offerings of the organization. So, in in entirety, you cannot say that these are the only channels that exist, but these broadly cover the major ways in which digital marketers channelize their communication through to their end target customers. Now, why you can't use all DM channels at once? So the topic is that how digital marketing channels are selected. Having said that, it obviously means that companies don't invest in all channels at once. So they have a specific strategy, they have a specific way or a specific method of selecting the right digital marketing channel for them, which is suited to their needs, which is suited to their market and their customers. And this obviously gives you an insight that you cannot be expected to use all channels at once. But why? What is the reason? Primarily, this is because different digital marketing channels are designed to achieve different digital marketing goals. For instance, with search engine optimization, the company seems obviously interested in bringing traffic to their website or to their online store of customers who were already searching for that kind of solutions, who were interested in those kind of solutions. Whereas when you look at affiliate marketing, when you look at social media, you are looking at customers who may not be actively looking for a product or a service to be purchased, but they are open to passive or subliminal messages. And if they find relevant information at the right time in the right place, they may or may not be able to act upon it. So these are tentative customers. So now, according to what the goal of the company is, what kind of customers they want to attract, what kind of image they want to create, and what is their existing user base and how much they want to expand on that given their own complicated mix of resources which they are already using or they want to deploy. These goals, these business goals, actually make digital marketers choose what kind of channels have to be used or selected. Then investing in all channels at once can dilute the brand's message to the customers. In a previous video, we discussed about Instagram, which being a popular social media site is able to attract a lot of traffic by organic search itself. Now, a brand like this does not really have to advertise excessively, and even if they invest in paid search, their return on investment and their gain traffic is actually relatively very low. So you see that uh, if customers are seeing their ads a lot, they would start suspecting that there must be something wrong with their market presence, or maybe a decline has happened that suddenly they are promoting, because a popular channel, a popular social media outlet platform doesn't really have to advertise. So customers can really get a botched kind of message from it if the right channel is not used. Once again, when we say that a channel can affect the acceptance of the message by the customer, it could be different for different markets. For instance, in developed countries, Google is a very established company, and millions and billions of users go online on Google and use its search engine benefits on a daily basis. But when it was first launched in India, they had to come out with ad campaigns, they had to come out with um communications which were targeted at customers who had never used a search engine. So these were designed basically to educate customers how to use it. Once customers were onboarded on the platform, then they changed the nature of the channels used for communication, and they stopped the ad campaigns which were more educational, and they started promoting the different features. So that also happens. Then excessive expenditure is another deterrent in choosing all channels at once. Yes, there are companies that go for a digital marketing channel mix, and they use pretty much every channel in one or the other way, and from one time to another time. But that is if they have mega budgets and they can afford to make that kind of investment. For most companies, it's a matter of ROI, and it's a matter of investing as less as possible to get as much business out of digital marketing as possible. Because let's be honest here, digital marketing is still a new concept in case of many established and traditional businesses. So it's difficult to justify expenditure when at the same time all the channels are activated, and especially when some channels actually take time to deliver results like SEO. So mostly what happens is digital marketers, they try to limit their expenditure by choosing to basically stagger the usage of different channels at different point in times. Then it also creates an unclear digital marketing strategy if all at once channels are being used, and makes targeting impossible, because again, some channels can have a better impact on your primary target market, whereas others can really connect with your secondary or tertiary target market. For example, a company like Harley Davidson enjoys a huge amount of customer loyalty when it comes to their brand. So, for them, having strong social media channels for building that sense of community online, which they already enjoy offline, is of utmost importance. But obviously, the company keeps on expanding its market territories, launching its products, its showrooms into new markets. Now, if a company like this, Harley Davidson, which is a premium product, enjoys strong following, strong loyalty from its community. Now, if this company started doing very aggressive search engine marketing, and it started popping up in all sorts of results, and had a very aggressive retargeting strategy, then customers would start feeling that obviously that this is not what the brand stands for, And if they are doing all this, then not only will they not have the right impact on their target customers who were maybe considering buying a new Harley, they would also start alienating their existing customers who will find such campaigns irritating. So, in order to ensure that your target customer and your existing customers are getting the right message and there's no confusion in your overall strategy, it's best to design a mix of digital marketing channels that are best suited to your goals. Of course, this all boils down to the realization of ROI, and having too many channels, having too many things going on makes it difficult for digital marketers to justify their ROI. Once again, because the realization of ROI for each channel is independent of the time when you launched it. It happens when it happens, and it has its own uh, timeline or learning curve. So you cannot really deliver results on each channel parallelly, and which could force you to quit on a channel because of business pressure before it could even become effective. So it makes sense to select the right channel given your budget and given your ROI expectations. Now, these are the critical factors for channel selection, which most digital marketers, not just digital marketers, most marketers use when they are trying to develop a channel structure and when they're trying to actually effectively allocate their channel budget. So, it starts with product related factors. In case you're wondering what it means that what kind of product is it that you are trying to sell through these channels. So just like we discussed in the example, the nature of the product, Harley Davidson is premium, it is high quality, it's not perishable, but it has some kind of time value attached to it. Unit value is expensive, it's premium, and the product is complex. So, any channel which would be used for communicating its benefits, its features, would be highly specific and would be information rich, because a target customer would not invest in such a product without thoroughly researching it. So, using affiliates is actually a powerful strategy here. Having social media platforms giving a lot of information to the end customers, existing as well as new ones, is important here. Compare this to a company like, let's say, Sunsilk, a brand like Sunsilk. Product is simple, it's a shampoo. A bottle can cost less than 100 rupees, a 75 ml bottle, let's say. And it's not a very big investment on the part of the customer. So, nature of the product is simple, perishability is comparatively less, the shelf life is there, the shampoo can expire in 2 3 years of time. Then obviously the unit value of product is inexpensive, and a mass market can afford it, and the complexity is low. Any user who's buying the product doesn't really need to know the entire chemical composition of it. So using channels like search engine marketing, channels like search engine optimization, social media makes a lot of sense for this company, because the product does not have to be explained thoroughly to the end customer. Just have to appear attractive, just have to appear to be having the right features for the customers to adopt it. Then there are some company related factors also that affect channel selection. The first one being finances available. So, how much the company can invest in a digital marketing campaign, that really restricts, or that really opens up the possibilities of what channels can be used. The core competency of the company also at times affects what channels would be used. For instance, if the company itself has a design department and a development department, then it's likely that a lot of their digital campaigns, especially SEO, would be run internally, and therefore these would be the first channels to be developed. Eventually, when they want to go into the social space and to the affiliate space, they might reach out to an agency, or they might try to develop a new core competency. Then you have degree of control. So some companies can want to have a stronger degree of control on their digital campaigns, the message that they're putting out there. So until and unless they have a full-fledged digital marketing department, a team working towards achieving the marketing goals of the company, uh, maybe all the channels will not be activated. Whereas other companies may be happy to use agency partners to really start getting the market presence, and then they are willing to let go of the degree of control and let the agency partners decide what kind of brand image, what kind of tone they want to keep. Then there are competitive factors, of course, that also affect the company's choice of digital marketing channels. If your competitors are all out there in search engine marketing and their pages are ranking at the top, especially in the ad section, and if they're all out there with their social media accounts, then for the company, it's an obvious choice. They cannot just avoid it, they have to invest in it. Then distribution policy also matters. If your product is such that it can be distributed, can be sold online or through your website, then channels like search engine marketing, which could increase your CTR and which could lead to conversion on the website itself, basically means that you want to be reaching the maximum possible customers. So you employ more number of channels. But if your product is such that you can only really generate awareness online, but the actual product has to be distributed offline, then maybe you will invest in channels that are simply doing display ads or simply engaging customers to increase brand awareness, like video ads, or having social media campaigns which are again beautifying the product or just representing it in the best light. Then market related factors like market size, the geographical concentration of your target customers, and the quantity which is purchased by your target customer can also affect what channel you will select. So in case of B2B, for instance, if you have a globally distributed product or a service, or a customer seated in India perhaps can buy the software from the company located in US or vice versa. In such a case, your channels would be less localized and more globalized. So you would go for digital submissions on platforms that have a global presence. You would want to develop search engine marketing, which is again targeted at a distributed audience rather than a localized audience. Your AdWords would change, and therefore your budget would change. Then you have your environmental factors that also affect, mostly legal and economic conditions in a given situation can really affect what channels are selected. For instance, in the current economic situation where a lot of industries are suffering because of the pandemic of COVID-19, then a lot of companies are preferring to invest in search engine optimization over social media marketing, video marketing. Once again, because social media marketing, video marketing requires agency involvement and the workforce is not available, budget is higher. So they are preferring to invest in channels which offer them more control internally, which could be developed with the available resources and which require limited investment yet have assured return on investment. So these are the critical factors that actually affect channel selection. Now let's take a look at how choosing the best digital marketing channel works out. So it starts by defining of business goals, such as what are your business assets, what are your marketing assets, as we discussed, what is the product that you're trying to sell, does your marketing department have a digital marketing team in it or not, are you able to create your own digital campaigns or do you need agency, then what is your budget, then what are your goals, what do you want to achieve through digital marketing, what do you want to do through these channels, do you just want brand awareness, do you want to generate leads, do you want to increase traffic, do you want conversions. So all that is first step in choosing the right digital marketing channel. The next step is defining the audience, which is target audience selection. You learn about the audience by doing market study, competitor study. You use research tools to build audience persona, which is defining demographically, psychographically, behaviorally, what your target audience looks like. Then you understand your audience's buying habits. When do they buy? How much research they do before they actually make a purchase decision? How much do they like to invest? What kind of offers affect them most? Then you keep this all in mind whenever you create any kind of new content. So your goals and your target audience, they affect what kind of campaign you're going to design and what kind of channel you're going to choose. Then comes the testing of channel part. So you develop the content and then you try to do search engine optimization for your website, your web pages, and you do content marketing. You test the effectiveness of SEO, you test the effectiveness of paid search, paid ads, you test the effectiveness of social media and organic campaigns, you test the effectiveness of email marketing by investing limited resources in each channel for short periods of time. So, this test phase is often run for a few days to a few months to see which is driving best conversion to the business. Once this is over, then you analyze your ROI on each channel. You gather feedback from your customers that what was the best engaging experience for them. You learn from your users' behavior that which was the best way for them to get information and then take the buying action. Then you refine your campaigns. Now you have learned that what channel works best for you, and you reallocate your budget according to the best ROI being received or achieved. You maximize your customer acquisition by investing in channels that are deriving the best results to you. You coordinate your campaigns. You coordinate them in such fashion that the message is same across each channel. Then you stick to the most profitable channels for a long term, and you come up with solutions to fix the channels which could be working for your competitors but are not working very well for you. So you try to develop them in the long term so that you can have multiple sources of inflow of traffic as well as conversions for your business. So in its entirety, that is how digital marketing channels are selected, are chosen by digital marketers. Now let's take some use cases for better understanding that how digital marketing channel mix is dependent on the target customers. Let's take a look at group 1. Now let's say a customer is having the opinion that I'm looking for a solution now. So this kind of customer who wants the product now, who wants the solution now, is likely to go online and search for that solution. For group 1, the company that is providing that solution would need to be present where people search. So that when the search is happening, they are there and therefore the customer is able to reach the seller. So searching in search engines and other marketplaces is basically how customer is looking for the solution. And it makes sense for the organization therefore to have SEO, have PPC, have directory listings, and have app store presence, if especially if they have mobile apps, or have blogs for content marketing to encourage customers to derive more information and take a conscious decision whether they want to buy or not. Then this is the customer who may actually act upon brand recall also. They may have received relevant information sometime in the past, and now when they will start search for a given solution, they will specifically look for a brand. For instance, right now, if you are at the student phase of your life, you may not be buying an air condition for yourself, but you are aware due to the advertisements that you're seeing on various platforms that Voltas is a brand that sells air conditions. Samsung is a brand that sells air conditions. So let's say 5 years down the lane, when you're buying an AC for yourself, you'll start your search by looking at these specific brands, or you will start by comparing these brands with the latest brands that are available. And you will be asking your friends, your peer circle about these brands to form an opinion about what kind of product is best suited for you, and therefore your search will be distributed across various channels and before you finally make the buying decision. And it would make sense for these brands to be present on these various channels so that they can appear in all your searches and you can make an informed decision. Now let's take a look at group 2. This is a type of customer who needs but is not searching for information. So the need may be latent, need may be not very strongly felt, need may be okay, I want it, but it's okay. I'll wait for another month or so. I'll wait for the sale to happen, or it's not very urgent, it's not a priority. So this is the kind of customer who needs some coaxing, some prompting, some attractive offers, some additional value add for them to get interested in the products. So to reach out to such customers, obviously PPC and SEO is not going to work. Directory listing are not going to help because they're not looking for you. You have to go looking for them. So how you can do that? You can have social media marketing campaigns wherein, based on their interests, based on their preferences, their behavior, your ad will pop up in their social media feed. You can have email marketing campaigns, you can have ads on websites of interest to these customers, you can have affiliates talking about your brand. So for instance, a customer is interested in skincare but is not really looking to buy a new face wash or a face scrub brand, and is a regular visitor to a beauty care or a personal care YouTube channel or a blog. So you can get these influencers behind these YouTube channels or blogs to talk about your brand, thereby creating some positive brand memory, brand recall for these group 2 customers who may not buy right away but may buy in future, near future itself. Then you have your group 3 customers. They don't need the product, and in the next 6 to 12 months, they are clear that they are not going to buy. But it is possible that if they stay engaged with the brand, they might eventually either land up buying themselves, or they might refer the brand to someone they know who needs right now. So these are customers that are going to be possible positive word of mouth creators for the brand, and can be engaged through, again, social media marketing as well as affiliate marketing, and they are the ones who can be part of a brand's community and be responsible for generating further brand awareness. So these use cases tell you that based on the target customer group that the company is trying to attract, a mix of digital marketing channels can be created. You can start by targeting the group 1 customers once you have captured a sizable market share, and now you want those customers who are not actively looking for you also to pay attention to your brand, become your customers. Then you can start investing in other channels who are reaching out to these group 2 and group 3 customers. So that's about selection of digital marketing channels. In our next video, we will discuss organic search and search engine optimization in detail. Until then, thank you.